Hello and welcome to the Virginia Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Officers Virtual College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. Each will have 6 minutes to share more about their institution, but will be around for the entire session to answer questions. My name is Jenny and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, I have a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. However, you can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the schedule on the website. This presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Virginia. That's strivescan.com/Virginia. I'd now like to turn it over to our first presenter, Shenandoah University.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Kelsey Szymanski. I'm the Assistant Director for Transfer Recruitment at Shenandoah University. If you're not familiar with Shenandoah, we are located in Winchester, Virginia. We're in the Shenandoah Valley. We are a small private institution, so we have just over 4,000 students total. Even though we're a small institution, we do have 8 different schools and divisions. These include our College of Arts and Sciences, which is our largest school. It's also home to our Division of Applied Technology, where we have programs in virtual reality, computer science, cybersecurity, and our Division of Education and Leadership, where we have programs for elementary, middle, and secondary licensure. All students within the College of Arts and Sciences do complete a minor in addition to their major. That is not something you have to declare at the time of application, but it's something we like you to be thinking about. Our most popular minors are dance and Spanish, but we have 34 different minors for you to choose from. Our School of Business is AACSB accredited, and what that means to you is it's only given to the top 5% of business schools, and we are one of the smallest schools to receive that accreditation, so we're really proud of that. Our nursing program is a direct entry nursing program. So what that means is you complete your 48 credits of prerequisites at your current institution. And then when you apply to Shenandoah, you are applying directly to our nursing program. When you're admitted, you know that you have a seat in the program and you start your nursing courses in your first semester. Our other programs include our conservatory, where we have programs in music, theater, and dance, and then our graduate programs in the School of Health Professions and the School of Pharmacy. Shenandoah is part of the I Am Learning program, so all students do receive a MacBook, an iPad, and an Apple Pencil. This is something that you will utilize in all of your classes. Faculty and staff have the same technology, so it's something that's a big part of our curriculum. I cannot talk about Shenandoah without talking about a big piece of our mission statement, which is to create global leaders. So we do this through a few different study abroad opportunities. We have traditional study abroad where students can study for a semester or a year. You also have global experiential learning trips. So these are 3 credits. So instead of sitting in a classroom for an entire semester, you take 2 weeks to study abroad and you earn those 3 credits. And then we have our most popular option at Shenandoah, which is Global Citizenship Project. Global Citizenship Project we refer to as GCP. It is a really competitive program. There is no course credit tied to it. It's just a really cool experience for our students. It's funded by the university, so it is very competitive. Students do have to apply. We take about 50 students every year. They travel abroad over their spring break. And like I said, it's funded by the university, and it's a really great way for students who have never been out of the country before to experience a new culture. Now, back on campus, even though we're a small institution, we do have a very active campus life. So as transfer students, you do have the option to live on campus if you would like to. However, as a transfer student, you may also choose to live off campus. Whether you live on or off campus, we hope you'll take advantage of our campus activities. These include open mic nights, bingo. We have weekend trips where we go hiking in the national park. We go tubing down the Shenandoah River. We have a daily newsletter that goes out. So we encourage students to take a look at that and sign up for activities. Most of them are free, if not low cost to you as a student. So it's a really great way for you to know other students and engage in the campus community. Now we are a Division III NCAA school. We have 22 division sports. We have 11 men's and 11 women's teams. So if you're interested in playing a sport at Shenandoah, let us know. We'll connect you with a coach. And if you're just interested in going to check out a game, these are free to you as a student. Now, I mentioned our conservatory where we have programs in music, theater, and dance. As you can see there, we have more performances in a year than there are days in a year. These include student performances as well as faculty concerts and guest artists. We really encourage you to go check these out. They're free to you as students. We're a small institution, so you're going to know conservatory students, or they're going to be in your residence halls, or you may have a class with them at some point. And it's really cool to see them. Most of our students do go on to Broadway or national tours, so it's very cool for you to see them while they're a student at Shenandoah. And then just some additional ways we support you as a student include free tutoring, counseling. Our wellness center is available to you whether you are on or off campus. And then we also host Transfer Connection once a month. This is unique for transfer students. It's a way for you to get to know other transfer students on campus and also be able to ask some questions about Shenandoah. Maybe, where's this building at? How do I utilize my Mac technology? Anything you need to know to be successful, that's the place to do it. So now that I've told you about Shenandoah, let's talk a little bit about the application process. We do try to keep this easy for you. We have one application, and in that application, you're applying to Shenandoah as well as your program of study. When you apply, once you submit that application, all we need to make a decision is official transcripts. Now, if you are from a Virginia community college and you're completing your associate's degree, if you complete that with a cumulative GPA of 2.5 or higher, you will be guaranteed admission, 60 transfer credits, and junior standing. And if you have any questions, I have our contact information up there. Feel free to email, call, or text us, and we'll be happy to help you.
Thank you so much. And a reminder to all of our participants to use that Q&A function if you have questions for any of our institutions here during the presentations. Up next, we have Longwood University.
Hello, hello, everybody. Thank you guys so much for coming and joining us today. I'm going to pull this up and get started. My name is Jacob Auerbach. I am the transfer admissions counselor here at Longwood University, which I'm going to talk to you guys about today. First of all, we are a pretty small campus of about 4,000, so not too many. That number is a little outdated. We're 5,000 total now with COVID going on. We do have an average class that's about 18. So what that means for you is that you're getting that one-on-one, not only with your professors, but also with your peers. So you're going to be able to make those really strong connections and make that, get into that networking that we always talk about is so important after college. We do have a 25% ethnic diversity. So we like to think that we're pretty diverse and have a lot of people from different walks of life. We do have that 70-30 split since we started as a all-female school back in 1839. We are pretty old. With that said, we do have over 40,000 alumni. So we have a lot of people that you can get in contact with if you ever wanted to look at a job or an internship somewhere at big companies, places like Amazon and Nike, where we've had both interns and people go to do a full-time position. We do have several countries, 20 plus at this point, to study abroad. If at any point during your tenure at Longwood, whether that's 2 years or 3 years or more, we always encourage everybody to study abroad or do some of our domestic programs that we have as well. All very heavily funded and have a lot of scholarships for them. So we definitely encourage everybody to do that and be a part of that if that's something that you're interested in. We do have over 100 areas of study that's going to combine all of your majors, minors, and concentrations. So anything that you can think of that you want to do academically, we like to think that we have that available for you here at Longwood. For campus life, there is no shortage of ways to get involved. You can do so many things from our D1 sports programs to our club sports programs. We have specific interest groups, things like maybe even beatboxing or rock climbing. We have several board game clubs, outdoor clubs, things of that nature. We obviously have Greek life, if that's something that you're interested in. That top right picture that you can see there is of our fitness center, which is a great space for you to stay in shape and get active. We also have that climbing wall, which I have actually personally never been on. I am a little afraid of heights, but not too afraid. But I have never conquered it in my tenure when I was at undergrad in Longwood. But in short, no shortage of ways to get involved. We have plays and musicals that happen every year as well. We bring people on campus, things like magicians and musicians, even some hypnotists have come to campus. So a lot of stuff going on in terms of clubs and organizations, but also different ways to get involved, just to kind of hang out with your friends and do something fun on like a Friday or a Saturday night. For the admissions side of things, we have some of our ranges up on here. We do have like an average GPA between a 3.0 and a 3.2. We have some of our test numbers up there as well. We are not requiring them for 22, and nor are we requiring them for 2023. So anybody that's kind of stepping in a little bit early and trying to look forward to the future, we are going to be test optional. So you do not have to send any of those if you do not want to, but we will need your official transcripts from any of your colleges or universities that you've attended in the past. If you're interested in applying, it is really easy. You just need to fill out either our application or the common application. We want to make sure that it is as easy for you as possible. So if you're looking at several different schools, feel free to do the common app. But if you have a short list, then the Longwood application is going to be a little bit shorter, might be a little bit easier for you. As I said, for the documents, you will need to do your official college transcript, but you can submit your test scores, but we don't require them. That's something that you don't necessarily want to submit. We know that cost is important, so we always want to make sure to hit on it. Excuse me, I'm sorry. For 2020 to 2021, our estimated basically bottom line cost was that $20,509 that you see up there for our in-state Virginia residents. For out-of-state, it is a little bit higher at that $37,700, but that is, of course, after all of your scholarships and things that you may be able to receive as a transfer student. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to let me know. We want you to be able to experience Longwood your way. So if you want to come visit, we definitely recommend you come visit campus. I think it's one of the most important things when you're looking at different schools. I know that was something that I did when I was a transfer student. I visited 3 of the 4 schools that I was looking at transferring to. So we definitely recommend coming in. If you ever have any questions, you can feel free to contact the admissions office and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you guys so much for coming today, and I hope you have a great night.
Thank you so much. Up next, we have Bridgewater College.
Right. Hi, everyone. My name is Emily Helms, and I am the Assistant Director of Admissions and the Transfer Counselor here at Bridgewater. Bridgewater is a small 4-year private liberal arts college here in the Shenandoah Valley in Virginia. We currently have about 1,600 students enrolled at Bridgewater. About 1,500 of those students are going to be undergraduate students, and then we have about 100 grads on campus now. We're pretty evenly split there. You can see 45% men to 55% women. Our class in our total student body is about 31% diverse. 75% of our students do come from Virginia, but we do have over 28 states and 34 countries represented on campus, and about 30% of our NCAA students are here on campus as well. Recently, we were also recognized by safeatlast.com as one of the safest colleges in the United States. So that's really important to us here on campus as well. At Bridgewater, we have 3 schools. We have our School of Fine Arts, Humanities, and Literature, a School of Natural Sciences, and our School of Professional Studies. We have 31 different programs on campus and 15 minors that students can participate in. Our top 5 programs are listed there. Most students choose to go into the business or biology route. And we also offer 4 graduate programs here on campus. The only one that is a 2-year program is going to be our Master's of Athletic Training. The others are going to be a 1-year 30-credit program. We currently have about 140 full-time faculty members on campus. There's no grad assistants or teachers assistants. So you really get to build that one-on-one relationship with your professors on campus. We're very hands-on, and you get to have practical applications of real life learning. You'll take field trips, you'll do practicums, you'll have travel opportunities. So you really get to experience what life is like outside of the classroom and going into your field of work. Our average class size is about 20 students. So once again, very hands-on with the professor of the course. One of our most recent renovations on campus is our John Kenny Four-Year Learning Commons. This is probably my favorite building on campus. This was a $13.2 million renovation that we did on campus starting in 2018 through 2020. It was actually our first project funded through donor and alumni support. So we went into no debt over this project on campus, which really shows the love for Bridgewater from our alumni and local supporters. This is kind of our academic hub on campus. So it encompasses our career services, our technology and support, tutoring and peer coaching, our writing center. We have digital media gurus in here. And as we dabble in our digital media strategies master's program, we also have an audio and a recording room on campus for students to start participating in that. This is also our Starbucks on campus. So our Smitty's cafe has that and some like Panera-esque food. In the picture there, you can see the great room. That's a multifunctional space for clubs and organizations to use. It's also a great study space. And then there is an art gallery for our art students and local artists. We have 23 NCAA D3 teams on campus that compete in the Old Dominion Athletic Conference. We have all of our sporting events are completely free for students to attend. And one of our favorite parts on campus is our intramural program. We have over 30 different sports in our intramural program, and 55% of our student body actually participates in intramurals throughout the course of the school year. They're all competing for that intramural championship t-shirt and to have their picture on the championship board. So that's really important for the students there. And then switching gears into the financial aid piece, we offer merit scholarships for every admitted transfer student at Bridgewater. Our merit scholarships range from $18,000 to $26,000 depending on your cumulative GPA. If you are a member of the Church of the Brethren, which we have been historically affiliated with, you also receive a scholarship. And any of our PTK members out there, you also receive a $3,000 scholarship for being in PTK. If you are joining us from out of the state of Virginia, you also receive a $4,000 out-of-state scholarship. And then anything that you get from the FAFSA, we also will take into account as part of your financial aid there. To apply to Bridgewater, you can apply on our website. It takes about 15 minutes. There is no essay, no letters of recommendation required, and we're rolling admissions. So we don't have any decision deadlines. Once you submit your application for either fall or spring, then your application will come to my desk and I'll actually get to review that hands-on and work with you through that process. Once you have submitted your application, all I will need is your final high school transcript and your official transcripts from your post-secondary institutions, whether that's 1 or 5 that you're transferring from. I know that transferring is a big decision that you have to make, and so I encourage you to reach out to me as soon as you are interested in starting that process, so that way I can help you through that and make it as easy as possible for you. So there is my contact information. I also host a transfer twilight hour, which is just a drop-in time for you to come and ask questions on Zoom. That's every other Tuesday night at 7 p.m. And make sure to follow our Bridgewater Admissions Instagram account there so you can get all news up to date. That's everything I've got.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And a quick reminder to our participants to use that Q&A function if you have questions for any of our presenters here at any time during the presentations. Up next, we have Old Dominion University.
All right, thank you, Jenny. Let me just get my screen shared here. All right, hello everyone. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. My name is Victoria Herrick and I'm the Assistant Director of Undergraduate Admissions and Transfer Recruitment here at Old Dominion University. So for anyone who's not familiar with ODU, we are located in the heart of coastal Virginia in Norfolk, so about 30 minutes from the Virginia Beach oceanfront, 15 minutes from downtown Waterside District in Norfolk, and then 30 to 40 minutes from some more rural areas as well. I always like to highlight our location because it really is a great opportunity for you as a student to get into various internships and ultimately job opportunities after you graduate. So we're very happy with our location as far as the opportunities it affords you as a student. Next, I want to go into some fast facts. This allows you to get to know us a little bit better as an institution. So we currently have about 24,000 students enrolled. However, I always tell students that I'm working with to not be overwhelmed by that number. That does include our graduate students as well as our online learners. So the number of undergraduate students on campus is going to be closer to about 16,000, and the number of students living on campus is closer to about 5,000. The 8 there signifies the number of academic colleges that we offer, including an honors college. If you're not familiar with what an academic college is, it's essentially where you'll be placed based on your major. So for example, if you're a nursing major, you would work with our College of Health Sciences, and they would assist you with your advising and make sure that you're on track for not only your program, but your career goals after you graduate. Some of our most popular majors amongst our academic colleges are going to be nursing, engineering, education, and business. And I'll talk about a few specific majors we have within those colleges in a minute here. The 35 there signifies the number of Chev awards that we've received. If you're not familiar with what a Chev award is, it's essentially the highest award that a faculty member in the state of Virginia can receive. So we're really fortunate to have great faculty here at Old Dominion University. They actually just helped us bump into R1 designation, which is the highest research designation that an institution can receive. The 16:1 there signifies the student to faculty ratio. So even though we are a larger institution, once you get up into your major coursework, you do have relatively small class sizes, which is great for you as a student because it allows you easier access to your professor during office hours, and then of course, to make closer connections with your peers. The 91 at the bottom there signifies the number of undergraduate majors that we offer. We have a broad range of majors across those academic colleges that I mentioned. Some of our most popular majors are nursing, dental hygiene, mechanical and civil engineering, special education, elementary education, and then various business majors such as marketing, management, and maritime logistics. A little bit about campus life. So if you are a student who plans to stay on campus or be active on campus, we have a lot to get into. We have over 300 student organizations and then over 30 fraternities, sororities, and multicultural organizations. And these are very broad. To give you an idea with the student organizations, we of course have academically focused organizations such as Women in Engineering Club, a Marine Biology Club, ones that coincide with majors that we offer. But of course, we also do offer organizations, that are just for fun. For example, we have a gaming club where students get together and play games in our university web center. And then we also offer a waffle club. So if you want to eat waffles with other ODU students, you can join the waffle club. If you are planning to live on campus, we have 15 different housing options, and we actually just opened our newest residence hall, Owens House, last spring now. So it's been here about a year. It's beautiful. Definitely recommend coming down for a tour to see the campus and the facilities that we have to offer. If you're interested in staying on campus. We also have 17 different dining locations on campus, which you'll notice is important as you're running in between classes, fueling up for exams. We're very fortunate to have a lot of different options. Some of my favorites are Chick-fil-A, Panera, Perfectly Frank's, and Hair of the Dog. Some information about the application process. If you are interested in applying, we have our own application, the ODU app, and we also participate with Common App. So either application is fine with us. There is a $50 application fee with either application. We do have some suggested deadlines, but we do accept applications on a rolling basis. So you don't have to follow those with, a strict hand, but our suggested deadline for fall is going to be August 1st, for spring, October 1st, and then for summer, March 15th. As far as requirements for transfer students, as long as you have 24 credit hours, we'll just require your college transcripts. We will need official transcripts from any college you have attended, so do keep that in mind. If you have less than 24 college credit hours, we'll also need your official high school transcript. And you'll have the option to submit some additional items such as recommendation letters, an essay, and a resume. We are an affordable education here at ODU. I have some information here about our current costs. So I have in-state there on one side and out-of-state on the other, with on-campus on top on both sides. This is based on 15 credit hours per semester, and this is also based on housing and a meal plan being included if you were looking at the on-campus price. I always also like to mention this is before any sort of financial aid has been applied or any sort of scholarships. So keep that in mind. We do have a great cost calculator on our website if you would like to play around with that to see what your estimated cost could be depending on the housing you select, and then also the number of credit hours you plan to take. As I mentioned, this is based on 15 credit hours per semester, but that may not be realistic for you. So if you want to look and see what it would be if you reduced your credit hours, you can do that with our cost calculator online. We also want to remind you to apply for financial aid as soon as you're able to, once you know the schools that you plan to go to. So here are some deadlines to keep in mind for financial aid and merit scholarship consideration. And finally, our contact information here for the Office of Admissions if you'd like to connect with us and have any questions about moving forward with the application.
Thank you so much. Up next, we have University of Lynchburg.
Hello, y'all. So I'm Susan Hogg, and I'm the Director of Admissions at the University of Lynchburg, and it's great to be here today. So we're known as one of the colleges that changes lives. Changing lives is what we do best, and it shows. We rank among the region's best colleges and universities, and we're one of the best values around. Lynchburg instantly feels like family and becomes your second home forever. Let me go back. So we have about 2,000 undergraduate students and 1,000 graduate students. We have small classes with big ideas and one-on-one interaction. It's the type of place where you're really going to get to know your instructor, and your instructor is really going to get to know you. We offer more than 100 majors, minors, and pre-professional programs. We have a College of Arts and Sciences, business, education, health sciences, and an honors college. We probably have what you're looking for. If you change your mind, we have choices. But the best part of all this is that 91% of our students are satisfied with their overall academic experience. Maybe you already know you want to be a physician's assistant, a physical therapist, or an athletic trainer. We have these pathways to hold seats for Lynchburg students in our master's and our doctorate programs. Make sure to check out our website for more information. And you did hear that right. We have direct admit pathways for doctorate in physical therapy and PA medicine, along with a few of our other graduate level programs. We offer hands-on learning and real life experiences to prepare you for your career. For example, criminology majors learn fingerprinting, practice surveillance tactics, and even turn campus into a mock crime scene. We do this on campus every year, and it's just phenomenal. We were just named best criminology program in the state. Our health science majors have the opportunity to participate in clinicals for an internship and explore the human body in our cadaver lab. Our business students use real funds from the university's endowment to buy and sell on real financial markets. Also, best in the world is not something you hear every day, but recently the University of Lynchburg student Joel Rainey got word that his overall score in the business strategy game, a global business simulation that involved undergraduate business students from 385 colleges and universities in 37 countries, had tied for first. He's a community college transfer student, and we are very proud of Joel. Another core principle is high impact learning. It helps you take your education to the next level. So what does that mean? It means internships. Nick built telescope parts on a 3D printer for the Belk Observatory and was able to receive an internship with the Department of Energy. It means study abroad. Almost 1/3 of our students study abroad. Our students study in Vietnam, Iceland, India, Guatemala, Italy, all over the world. There are opportunities and scholarships that make study abroad an option for everyone. Finally, it means research. More than half of our students do research with their professors. It's a big reason why so many of our students get into grad school. And in the lab or out, your professors will definitely know your name. Their main goal is to support you and help you succeed. We're invested in your future and ready to help you find and reach your goals. Here's what a few of our graduates are doing now. Landon is a professional gamer, and his Call of Duty team has almost 800,000 subscribers on YouTube. Nat was getting paying gigs from nationally recognized athletic teams before she graduated. Now she shoots photos full-time for Duke. Jamar is a senior policy coordinator with the Department of Health and Human Services and serves as our alumni board chair. Emily has mentored several communication students as senior manager of audience at USA Today. Francesca is head of America's Solutions Architecture and customer success for Amazon. Twice a year, alumni come back for Hornet to Hornet days, where they meet, network with, and advise current students. It's not all studying though. After class, there's always something for you to do with your friends at Lynchburg. Fraternity and sorority life, 70 clubs, and more than 2,000 events every year. We promise you won't get bored. We're pretty serious about sports here too. More than half of our students are involved in sports one way or another, and we're the only D3 team streaming games online at ESPN3. College should be an adventure, and we have adventures galore. The outdoor leadership program takes students rafting, hiking, caving, and more. It's affordable too. Most trips are under $15. Our outdoor leadership guide just took a bunch of students to the Grand Canyon last week, always doing something. So what do you do next? Come see us, visit us, schedule a visit through our website. You'll see firsthand not only a beautiful campus, but our warm and friendly atmosphere. We can also schedule you to meet with a faculty member and do an unofficial credit evaluation. Next, apply. The fastest results will be from applying on our website, but we're also on the Common App. Our application is free, so if you're undecided on where you want to go, please fill out our transfer application. I promise that you will not be disappointed. So come visit us. Again, I'm Susan Hogg, and I'm the director of admissions there. And at Lynchburg, you're going to get a life-changing education at an affordable price. But more than that, you're going to find friends for life and a place you will always call home. So please feel free to ask me any questions. And thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. And a reminder to our participants to use that Q&A function if you have questions for any of our schools here during these presentations. Up next, we have University of Virginia.
Yes, good evening. Thank you so much for being here tonight and yes, coming to learn more about transferring from all these wonderful schools. So just to follow suit, I'm going to get in talking about the University of Virginia very briefly. But first, my name is Terrence Maynard, Senior Admission Counselor here with the University of Virginia. And I know I don't have too much time, but I want to do a quick, acknowledgement really quickly. We're a school, a university that knows that we have a past to where we were founded by Thomas Jefferson. However, we were built in the physical academical village by enslaved labor. So we want to pay respect and continue to honor that true legacy of the University of Virginia, as well as doing a land acknowledgement of the Monacan peoples who are the traditional custodians of the land, which is that academical village, the rotunda and the lawn at UVA. So very briefly, just want to talk about what do we mean when we're saying like you're a transfer student. So we mean if you spent 1 year after high school at another college, university, any institution, yes, that you are a first year transfer student. And when we talk about the credits that we'll go over a little soon, we're talking about at least earning 24 credits, excluding some of those good programs such as like IB, AP, and dual enrollment after high school graduation. Technically, sometimes we, do allow some students to take some summer credit to make up, 1 or 2 courses, but this is not considered a part of those, 24 credits needed to be a successful first year transfer student. So what are we looking for? Just a really quick bullet point, and I'll highlight the things that are really the great takeaways. Again, I'll say verbally that for all those students that are here, because we don't have too much time, looking for this information and more, this same presentation with another colleague is recorded on our YouTube page, which will be directed at the back. But if you can just type in and have the access to the internet, don't like to assume people do outside of today's capacity, definitely just type in UVA virtual transfer session on Google, or you can go straight to YouTube and you will find this same exact video. But just want to address that we're looking for typically about a 3.4, 3.5 or higher. For our specific schools that I'll go over in the next slide, usually though GPA is usually higher, about a 3.8, particularly with our School of Commerce or Business. But most importantly, you can visit the admission.virginia.edu/transfer to find those school-specific requirements outside of grades to make sure you're taking those proper course requirements to be the most competitive applicant. Yes, I'm gonna keep going. So here are the schools that we're talking about, starting with our largest school, the College of Arts and Sciences, all the way down to some of those specific schools that I mentioned, such as McIntyre School of Commerce, Batten School of Leadership and Public Policy, or School of Education and Human Development. Please know that students in the state of Virginia, we have a great opportunity for you if you're attending a Virginia Community College System or the VCCS, to where you can do the guaranteed admissions agreement. meaning if you spent 2 full academic years, again, that's a fall or spring, at these two or at a community college, and follow those course requirements that are different from the college arts and sciences, the school of engineering, architecture, and et cetera, you are, guaranteed admission. And again, it's really based on, taking those courses really well, making those good grades, and you can find all of that at those schools' websites. But just to keep moving forward, this is a good example of what we mean course requirements, especially when I say course requirements. So again, I want to highlight the College of Arts and Sciences. That's just because that's where a lot of our students are going to transfer. It's our largest school by academic major. And the course requirements are going to come through different subjects, such as English, foreign languages, math, science, etc. You can see here. So making sure that you take courses in those fields is going to be crucial to transferring. The other half, again, is making sure you do and have the great grades to be a most competitive applicant. Now, don't be alarmed. The times where we have students that are applying sometimes may not have 1 or 2 of these courses, and that's fine. You are still a competitive applicant. We just ask that if you're looking to be the most competitive, that you satisfy as many as you can before applying to the University of Virginia. And if you're coming from that Virginia Community College system, that VCCS system, again, another great way to make sure and answer some of those questions about which courses transfer and maybe which courses will not, which courses count for that credit and which courses do not. But I want to speak to my favorite slide, a brief checklist. So I just want to go over what is really required and will be asked of you when you are applying. It's going to be filling out that common application first and foremost, creating a login, getting in that app, and really uploading those necessary materials to be the most competitive applicant. Also, making sure you tell us all of your college transcripts from every institution, because I know, again, I mentioned the VCCS system, but we have so many, opportunities for students to not only go to just one, but they can study at another, because sometimes they might not be too far away, or they might have courses available at another community college versus the next. Even for my students that have studied at a different 2-year or 4-year private or public school or university, those transcripts are going to be important. And then there's just the list of things that are required and tell you what's not required. And I just want to lastly end with this timeline that we have, just to know that if you're applying for fall upcoming this year, that application deadline was March 1st. We're looking to release about the end of April and the beginning of May. But again, spring will happen again in October, and we'll release it around November, December. And you can follow the asterisk at the bottom to see which programs you're applying to and what schools to know for you. But thank you so much, everyone. Again, let's see. Yes, information really quickly right here. And it's a pleasure to speak with you tonight.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. We have a little bit of time for some Q&A, so I'll ask everyone to come back on camera at this point so that we'll go through that question and answer. Our first question for the evening is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? And we'll go in the same order, starting with Shenandoah University.
Yeah, advice that I would give for someone that I always tell students is just to reach out to the college that you're interested in, reach out to your admissions counselor. I think a lot of times students think they have to go through this themselves, and we don't expect you to be an expert. So talk to us, we're here to help.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more with what Kelsey said. Definitely reach out. We want to help you as much as we can. I know one of the things that I said, I kind of mentioned it while I was giving my presentation, definitely go visit. Anywhere that you're interested in looking at, go visit the campus, see if you like the feel of it. It's going to be really, really important to make sure you can see yourself there.
I know it may seem outdated, but definitely make pros and cons lists. You want to make sure that you fit academically, socially, and financially at an institution, and you want to make sure that you're getting the most beneficial things from that institution whenever you decide to transfer there.
I would say utilize resources. Of course, we're all resources, but also a lot of us have good resources on our websites, like curriculum sheets, articulation agreements that really walk you through step by step how your credits are going to transfer, which makes a huge difference when you're looking at colleges.
And I would echo Longwood's advice, which is visit. I really think once you get that feel, you're going to know where you want to go. But I also feel like students shouldn't rule out private schools. A lot of times they get the reputation of not being affordable, and we certainly are. So just because it's a private school, don't rule it out, because a lot of times it's very affordable and it just might be the right fit for you. So visit and know that privates are affordable.
Yeah, I would say visit, to echo the wonderful advice given, as well as ask those hard questions. One of the hardest things to do is to ask for help, and tapping into everyone's admissions office to call them. You know, they mean that. They're available to answer those questions. So definitely ask those hard questions and visit it when you can.
Absolutely. Thanks so much. And I would also add in to stay organized. There's so much information. You know, we just talked about some dates and deadlines and scholarship deadlines. Have a, you know, Google Sheets and Excel, something that you can access readily that just keeps everything organized for you, including a professional sounding email, because you don't want your spam from like Sephora or whatever going into, you know, your college admissions decisions. So stay organized. I think that's also key to the process as well. It'll make it easier for you. All right, we have just a couple more minutes, so we'll do a quick round robin on what's one thing you want students to remember about your school, and we'll go in the same order.
Yeah, I always say the people, which is super hard to convey in just a little virtual 6-minute session. So come visit campus, and the people at Shenandoah. Like, everybody there will say hi to you once you're in your classes. Everybody's on a first name basis. We're on the first name basis with the president of our university. Just the tight-knit community.
So my word right there at the end, I was going to say the community here at Longwood. You know, absolutely. You see people on campus every day that you know and can say hi to, but at the same time, you're going to meet new people every day through different clubs and organizations and different events that are happening on campus. So absolutely, as a like medium style school, you're like, we're not tiny, but we're also not huge. There's a lot to explore, but also a lot of places where you can be comfortable.
Yeah, I would definitely say that, you know, keep in mind that school can also be fun. So there's things that you can do on campus to be engaged and meet people and be involved with the campus community. And that's going to make your experience better than just sitting in the library doing homework all the time.
I would say one thing I want students to remember about ODU is location, location, location. We are really fortunate to be in a metropolitan area, so we are close to a lot of things for fun, and then also a lot of things to help you through academically. We have a lot of big businesses that we partner with in the area, 30 minutes from the ocean front, 15 minutes from downtown Waterside District with festivals, and we even have water in our backyard because we're on the Elizabeth River.
And I would say our faculty are passionate about what they do. With a smaller school, you really can do some high-level research, really be impacted and learn about your career field. And I can't say enough about that, especially if you plan on going on to graduate school. You could really do some great work here in order to get you into grad school.
Yeah, I honestly would say echo all the above. Just know UVA, if you do have the opportunity to visit, just really think about that fit. Virginia is a state. We're privileged to have so many good public and private schools. So, remember, like, if it's going to be Charlottesville and you do have the opportunity to visit, please do. We would love to greet you in our admissions office.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing more about your institutions today. We really appreciate you taking that time. And thank you to our participants for joining as well. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 5-question survey. So we'd appreciate any feedback that you can provide. You'll be able to find this session's recording, as well as all the other session recordings that happened tonight at strivescan.com/Virginia. That's strivescan.com/Virginia. Thank you so much, and best of luck in your transfer search process. Have a great evening.